My life be like, yeah. My life be like, all for the gram.
Really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays kids more worried.
So what's up? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Robin Arnold Titulo, 18 years of age. We are here to talk about what is a computer virus. The different. Should we start? So what is virus? Should we start? So what is virus? Content. What is virus? History of computer virus. How does computer virus spread? Signs of a virus. Damage caused by virus. General types of virus. Why do people create computer viruses? And solution. What is virus? A computer virus is a program or a piece of code that is loaded into your computer without our knowledge and runs against our wishes. History of computer virus. Elk Cloner has the distinction of being the first wild virus for a home computer. Happy Birthday Joshi, the virus was first discovered in India in June 1990. The first known virus was created in 1971 by Cambridge and was called the Creeper virus. How does computer virus spread? Link to the host object and waiting for use. Looking for suitable carriers, objects, and attach itself to them. Virus slows down the system. Email, social network, text message, internet download. Typical life cycle of a computer virus. The virus waits until user transmits the infected objects to another computer. User transmits an infected object to another computer. The virus locates and infects suitable objects in the new computer. Signs of a virus. Our computer runs slower than normal. The computer stops or looks up. Our computer crashes and restarts every few minutes. The computer starts on its own and does not run properly. Applications on our computer do not run properly. Hard drive or disk are not accessible. Our computer cannot print properly. Unusual error message appear. Menus and dialogue boxes are distorted. Damage caused by a virus. They can delete or change files. Other viruses will steal personal information like credit card numbers, account numbers, and passwords. Some viruses will slow down our computer dramatically. Dangerous? This is top 3 viruses of all time. Types of virus. Types of computer viruses. Email viruses, Trojan horses, worms, polymorphic viruses, multipartite virus, web scripting viruses, directory viruses, direct action viruses, overwrite viruses, memory resident viruses, microvirus, boot infectors. These are the types of computer virus. The boot viruses. The boot virus copies and the virus code in the boot sector. Polymorphic viruses. They are coded in a such way that they infect a system and change their signature. Macroviruses. Macros are blocks of code written to automate frequently performed tasks and embed in a program file. Worms. Worms are programs that replicate and spread to the other system. Trojans. A Trojan is a program file that claims to do something but it actually does something that is not required. Why do people create computer viruses? Any programmer can make a virus too. To take money, to prove one skill, or for revenge purpose. To disable a computer or network. Control of a computer and use it for specific tasks. To steal sensitive information, credit card, numbers, password, personal details, data, and etc. To get rid of virus, we have to use antivirus. Antivirus software, sometimes known as anti-malware software, is computer software used to prevent, detect, and remove malicious software. How antivirus works? Antivirus software scans the file, comparing specific bits of code against information in its database. And if it finds a pattern duplicating one in the database, it is considered a virus, and it will delete that particular file. Types of antivirus software. Solution. For better and safe computation, antivirus software should be installed and be helpful for global network system freely. The common types of computer virus. Presuming you are already familiar with what a computer virus is, how it spreads, and what it does, it is time for you to learn that there are a few different types of computer virus. Let's see what these types are and how each of these computer viruses behave. Boot viruses. These types of computer virus are left to infect only the master boot records of the hard disk. The boot record program loads the operating system in the memory at start loop. These viruses replace the boot record and move it to a different of the hard disk or simply override it. As you can imagine, once you start your operating system, it loads into. To avoid loading the boot records viruses into memory, you must boot your operating system from another source. Viruses. These types of computer virus will infect only executable files with extensions like bin, .com, .exe, ovl, drv, and sys. Once executed, these programs load into memory along with the virus contains within them. Once in the memory, the scenario repeats the virus free to act and infect other files. Polymorphic viruses. The polymorphic viruses will always change their source code from the infection to another. Each infection is different and this makes detection very hard. However, detection is still possible depending on the antivirus. Macroviruses. This virus is relatively new and it infects macros with a template or document when you open a word processing documents. It activates the virus. The virus infects the normal dot template, which is a general file used by all the documents. ActiveX viruses. Most people do not know how to configure ActiveX and Java controls, unconsciously leaving a security hole. Applets are then allowed to run freely on the machine, delivering all ActiveX viruses. Stealth viruses. These viruses are specialized in avoiding detection and will use a number of techniques to do so. Most of them simply redirect the hard disk head, forcing it to read another memory sector instead of their own. Some of them also alter the reading of the file size shown when listing the directory. Multipartite viruses. These computer viruses are hybrids derived from boot viruses and program viruses. They infect executable files just like the program viruses, but once the executable is executed, it infects the master boot records. Virus detection and removal. Antivirus programs. An antivirus program is designed to detect, disinfect, and protect computers and networks from viruses. Most antivirus programs also have utilities to remove or repair infected programs and files. If the virus has infected the boot program, the antivirus program may require you to restart the computer with a rescue disk. how can this computer virus affect and what is the consequences by connecting it to my course in BSMT or Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation. In the future, if I become a registered or licensed seafarer, this computer virus will affect or will be a major problem in terms of navigation. Navigation is the most important thing in sailing through the narrow seas. The tools or the equipment in navigation are mostly made with computer devices, so that the computer virus will affect and may cause major problems in terms of navigation. It may cause malfunctions to the tools used for navigation and will have the risk of collision and lost track in sailing. We need to tackle these kinds of topics to be aware and prepared if these things happens on board. So guys, that's all.